Hey everybody, back for my first backpacking trip of 2022, and I actually got a new rod for backpacking, the Redington Trailblazer. I noticed there weren't too many reviews for it, so I'm going to give my thoughts on this rod just in case someone else was interested in it. If you want to jump to that section, it's around the 2-minute mark. So I'm heading out over Mulkey Pass and coming back through Trail Pass. If you've seen my other videos, you'll probably recognize this area as Horseshoe Meadows. I guess this pass isn't a very popular one because the trail is really faint. But since it looked like it was just straight downhill, I pretty much just made my own trail. And you can kind of see how far down I had to go down. That's the meadow down there. It was a little bit early for wildflowers, but I did find some on the way down. So this is a rancher cabin, which apparently there was nobody around at this time. And there was some water to the right of the cabin, which you can kind of see, but it was basically a trickle, which I decided I'm halfway down the hill, so I was gonna wait to get water, which ended up being kind of a mistake. Not gonna lie, I was actually kind of nervous when I got down there and didn't see any water, but once I found it, I decided to make a camp and eat some ramen. So this is the new rod I was talking about. It's basically a 9-foot 5-weight design for backpacking. It breaks down into 6 pieces and it comes with a tube and no sock. The no sock part actually bugged me a lot because I didn't want to carry the tube, so I actually got on Etsy and had a sock made for me. Other than that, it actually casts like any other 9-foot 5-weight. It's not the lightest rod in the world, but it's also not the heaviest. Like I have a Orbis Clear Water that's heavier than. I would say the action's probably like a medium fast rod. Oh, you can see that the wind was going to be fun today, and that wasn't the first time I did that. Basically, if you can land the fly in the water, you're going to get some action. I was actually shocked how many fish were in this stream. For some reason, some of these fish weren't that spooked by me. Like you can see some of them just stacked in this small area. Other places they booked it once they saw me. This is probably the biggest fish that I caught out of the stream, and I was actually pretty impressed by myself making that cast on the first try. For the short section I fished, this was probably the best looking part. It had deep water, it was wide, and there were a ton of fish, just a attacking my fly. I didn't hook onto all of them, but I probably pulled at least 6 or 7 out of here. Oh, this one was an accident. I was trying to cast and I saw a fish go flying by my face. I had no idea it was on there. I felt bad and I threw it back as fast as I could. I think this is the last fish that I filmed catching. Might have caught a few more, but my battery was starting to die and I think it was starting to look the same. Again, just to give you guys an idea of how many fish were in a pool if you found the right one, I stuck my GoPro underwater. And you can see that's just stacked. So, as you can tell by my fancy watch, I didn't sleep that well, and I actually never sleep that well in a tent. The next morning was actually completely still, like no wind at all when I woke up, which was amazing. But I had seen the weather report, and by the afternoon it was going to be blowing like gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour. I was originally going to stay for 2 nights, but because of the wind, I decided to just head back over Trail Pass and go back home. This hike actually killed me going up. I don't know if it was because it was the first hike of the season, but I was not feeling good halfway up. Eventually I did make it over Trail Pass. It was one of those slow but steady, emphasis being on slow. I actually took like a 10-minute rest just lying here staring at the sky, wondering why the heck do I do this. This is the wind they were talking about in the weather report. It was just gnarly. I saw an overturned camper when I was driving by the 14, and you can see that dust storm stretches for miles. Thanks for watching.